Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY on the daily, weekly time frames using technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up. It's $30 a month, or click down here in the bottom right-hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, guys, before we get into the SPY and talk about levels of support and levels of resistance, I want to show you a couple of things. Right here, if you remember, 9-2, we put on some puts and just killed this trade. I'm going to pull this over. I have a sheet here. This shows my trades. This documents everything. So one of my members or any of my members can come here and see exactly what trades I've been in or what trades we've covered and took profits. On 9-2, when we made that high pivot, we were shorting calls, put on some puts, and then we've been shorting calls, short calls or lotto calls, short puts, lotto, short calls. We had short shares in here. We had lotto puts, short calls, short shares. We do a little bit of everything, guys, from shorting calls, shorting puts, shorting shares, long shares, or buying puts, buying calls. 6 things we do here for the most part, and we stick with it. Money management is critical to what we do. If you're taking all these trades, keep them consistent. All right. I tell everybody, if you're doing options, 1% of your portfolio, if you have a $100,000 portfolio, you're doing $1,000 trades, maybe $2,000 trades. Because if these get their ass kicked, guys, you're going straight to zero, and you don't want to lose everything in one trade. If you're doing short shares, you have a $100,000 account, no more than 10% of your total portfolio. That will save you in markets like this, where you have a 900 up day and a 900 down day on the Dow. That's how crazy these markets are. But if you look at these, the puts bought at 505, these went to 2,500. 229 on the IWM went to 750. The DIA at 398, these things were pushing 1,500. We had the Qs, they're up here a little bit more. We went in a little bit earlier on the Qs because the Qs were flying, but we were in at 550 on the Qs trade. And that thing, they were pushing 2,500 as well. So these 4 trades, these 3, including the Qs, killed it on these. These would have paid for 10 years of the membership. And then all these, a lot of these short calls, 100%, as we're going for the close underneath the strike price so we could get that 100%. And so shorting naked calls, shorting naked puts. All right, that's how we play this. Lotto calls, lotto puts, I don't care. We're trying to make money. We even had the Netflix short calls, short calls. We got paid on these. They both closed below 100% trades, guys. 100% on these. Shorting calls. All right. I'm just looking at some of these. Lotto calls, 45 cents. These went to like $1.60. There were some that went to $2.50 lotto calls in like a half hour. So people know I post lotto call. They say, hey, take a small, couple $100. If you have a huge account, take a couple thousand if you can lose. It's almost like going to the casino, guys. If you can lose 500, then go with 500. If you can't lose 500, then go a little bit lower. Strict money management. And this loser here, we got in at 105, and then we got out at 126. So it was like a 20% loss. But all these winners, this loss means nothing, guys. And then we're still in Sam. 875, got out at 845, shorted again at 878, and then we'll try to get another 20, 30 bucks and get out of that one. All right, that's how we play this thing. Okay, let's get into the charts. This is what I show my members every day. We go through the SPY, we go through the IWM and all the major indexes. We look at the dollar, gold, and the oil. Those are the most important stocks to me. And then we'll look at ExxonMobil, JPM, and Apple. Those are some of the leaders as well. Those are the stocks you want to follow. So on the daily time frame, 385 down on the day, a little bit up after hours, 105 million shares traded, 1.15% red on the day. We did fill the gap on Friday. We did hit gap window, and we have another gap down here roughly at 326.52. If we do fill that, I think we can either bounce there or we're heading down to this lower 320 or the 618. And that 618 comes from this low to that high. That's the last pivot before we, retrace down and then we took off. That's where you want the Fibonacci levels, all right? We have the 618. We're holding the 5-0 retrace as well. That's why I think we can possibly bounce. We're in a couple call positions. We took small positions just in case to hedge against our shorts if we get a bounce here. All right, if we get a bounce, great. We're going to get paid on those. Then we're looking for the retrace somewhere up in here around the 350 to possibly short again. We just got to look at one thing is volume, and we got to look at how we retrace to possibly short again. All right, because look at this. I mean, we went down on that after the Fed announcement. We went down 10 days straight up. This is where we added most of our shorts, guys. And even on my video, when you become a member, check that out, because I was like, what in the world is going on here? Why are we just gapping up and keep going? So something's wrong here. And I was like, you know what? We're putting those puts on. And we even took them out a couple weeks. Oh, man, we rode that. They were, oh, my gosh, that was such a great trade. Unbelievable. Again, my members, we all got paid. It was great. This was tough, though, because we were adding some shorts to high flyers. They were going against us, but now we're, starting to get in the money. And all these trades, small positions, take your money and run and move on to the next one. So we have good support here, guys. Let's see what we get. We're in the bottom of the range. It would have been a little more bullish if we would have closed above this little tail here, but we didn't. The low of the day was 331, and we closed at 330.65, which is right here. So we're going to see if Uncle Jerome comes out and this starts pushing this. To save it, we got to get back above the 50 and back above the 382 or the 335 area. If we can do that, fill the gap right here at 335.84, we can possibly move higher, maybe fill this gap. But then we're coming to the top of the range, which we've been just chopping around. Really, down sideways is more bearish, guys. But if they can get it above the 20, above the 50, and to get this thing going, 350, 355 could be in the cards. And you still have a gap fill and double top. Let them push it. Great. Let them push it. It gives us higher prices to short. All right, and we are hedged long right now in some calls. All right, so I'm going to play that way too. Long or short, guys, don't care. Just trying to make money here in these markets. All right, weekly time frame. 20 MA is still the target. Okay, if this thing pushes down, that's what we're looking at. And that's that 320 area. We still have a gap fill, and we have these little pivots. We went up, chopped around for a couple weeks, and took off. That's usually good support. If the volume starts picking up 150, 200 million, 250 million, I wouldn't doubt we're down here real quick, guys. So be careful. We still have some gaps here, gap there. We have a big level at that 396, 300 area. So that's something to watch out for. I'm going to show you the monthly real quick too as well. 301 is the monthly 20 MA. We always look at that for price, because look what happens. Goes up, touches the 20 MA. Goes down, touches the 20 MA. Goes up, touches the 20 MA. Goes up, touches the 20 MA. It's always going down. This is the ocean. That is the shore, guys. That's the shoreline. It always goes back. Sometimes it takes a little longer to come back. And honestly, look at this red candle. If we get a nice reversal on the monthly, this will definitely be the target. And if this gets breached, I think we could come down in here somewhere. And we're looking at both ways, guys. Retrace, we're going to short, and we're long already. And if it keeps going down, we'll still play it long or short, whichever way. We are net short right now in the markets. I want this thing to crater, which is fine. We'll cover our shorts, ride it back up. I don't care, guys. Either way, we're going to try to make a trade. All right, that's going to be it. Don't forget to go to my website, guys. Sign up. Check me out. $30 a month. We do intraday trading every day. You'll become a Twitter follower, and all my trades are posted on there. You saw my worksheet there, or my spreadsheet. All my trades are posted on there as well. Entries, exits, all that good stuff. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Hopefully this helps some of you, and then we'll see what Monday gives us. Who knows, with the Fed pumping, all the news out there, elections coming up. So just slow it down, take a deep breath, and take some good trades, guys. All right, thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.